entered a place of praise, a place of purpose, a place of progress. Welcome to Victory and Praise Church of Stockton, California.
Hello, I am Mother Barbra Ware at Victory and Praise Church. Today I'll be doing your small group. And what the small group is about is miracles, signs, and wonders. And we're going to be reading from St. John, the second chapter, 1 through 11. And it's coming from the Amplified Version. So it reads, "On the third day there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus was also invited with his disciples to the wedding. And when the wine was all gone, the mother of Jesus said to him, 'They have no more wine.' Jesus said to her, 'Dear woman, what is that to you and to me? What do we have in common? Leave it to me. My hour to act, has not yet come.' His mother said to the servants, 'Whatever he says to you, do it.' Now there were 6 water pots of stone standing there, as the Jewish custom of purification, ceremony washing, demanded, holding 20 to 30 gallons apiece. Jesus said to them, 'Fill the water pots with water.' So they filled them to the brim. Then he said to them, 'Draw some out now, and take it to the manager of the feast, to the one that is presiding, the superintendent of the banquet.' So they took it to him. And when the manager tasted the water, just how now turned into wine, not knowing where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, he called the bridegroom and said to him, 'Everyone else serves his best wine first, and when people were drunk freely, then he served that which is not so good. But you have kept back the good wine until now.' This is the first of signs, miracles, and wonder works Jesus performed in Cana of Galilee, and manifested his glory. By it he displayed his greatness and his power openly. And his disciples believed in him, adhering to, trusted in, and relied on him." I thank God for that, the reading of his word. And what I want to go into right now is, has God ever asked you to do something that did not seem to make sense to you? I want to thank God that I want to tell y'all of a story that the first miracle God showed me as a young child. It was my sister Winifred Joy Turner Grogan. That girl left home when she was 12 years old. She went out in the street. Now, my mother was one that said, "I did not run your way, so I'm not going to look for you." So every day I would hear her say, "Lord, save her. Lord, save her." She didn't say, "Lord, send her back." She said just, "Lord, save her." And as 30 years went by, and through all that time, she was robbing, she was stealing, she was drugging, she was doing everything under the sun. So I know one miracle that was performed that my mother told us about was that she had came back home, and in came a man, and he put a gun to her head, and he pulled it to cock it to shoot it. But when he did the first time, it wouldn't go off. My mother came around the corner. He cocked it again, and he went to fire it, and it would not fire. That second time, he turned around and went out the door. Now, that was a miracle, and no one else knows that was a miracle, because I know if he went outside and fired that gun, it'd have fired. But God kept her safe from the prayers of the saints and my mother. Now, the second miracle that I remember was my husband, Brother Lamel Ware. He was in the same boat that Winifred was in, just drugging and women and gambling. I mean, he did everything out there under the sun that could be done. I kept praying and shouting years, shouting and praying. And he would say, well, I'm going to church, and well, okay. But he never would come in completely, just back out there. One day he came and he said, Barbara, I've gotten the Holy Ghost. And I said, okay, yeah, all right. And we went on to bed. And all of a sudden, I felt the bed shaking. I woke up, I turned around, and there he was speaking in tongues, just shaking in his sleep. He got the Holy Ghost in his sleep. Bless God. There is nothing God can't do. Now, that was a miracle. Because no man, can you tell me one man out there that could save you from drugs, can save you from drinking, gambling, gun put to your head? Nobody but God. He's the one that can work a miracle. That was a miracle, and I thank God for that. I thank God for everything that God has done for me. And everything, now you got to know when your miracle is there. Now you can keep praying and going on and something can happen and you think it's a miracle. But God performed a miracle also for me when he gave me the house with $32. $32 in the bank. Can you tell me anybody else that can do it for you? That banker won't give you the money, or no one else. Your family, no one can do it for you but God. I thank God for that. He have done great things. Now, have God ever asked you that I've shown you a miracle? Have you told you to do something and you say, no, I'm not, you just won't obey because you don't think that God is really talking to you. But if you sit and think about it, God have been talking to you all along. If you're a believer, he would talk to you. Even the non-believers, he would talk to you too. But he gives you that knowledge to know I'm talking to you. And you don't obey, you better be like Mary. She said, do what he tells you to do. And if you don't do it, you don't obey, don't look for your miracle. That's what's happening to some of you. You don't do what he tells you, but you still want him to do it. Save my child, Jesus. Bring him in. But you're not doing what God tells you to do it. So in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, do everything in a season and a time for the matter of purpose under heaven. That was the season for him to come in and save my sister and save my husband. That was the season. Over 30 years. So don't think it's right now. He can do it right now. But don't think that he can do it. I want y'all, I must give y'all the questions now. Go into your small group. And I thank God for you, and God bless.
Thank you for joining us for this week's small group discussion. If you are not a member of a Victory and Praise small group, now is the time to join. Go to www.victoryandpraise.org, click the small groups link, and contact the leader of the small group you would like to join. We invite you to join us every Sunday at 9 a.m. in person at 2029 East Harding Way in Stockton, or online via our Facebook or YouTube channels. God bless.